My favorite genre of video game is dying. Alright, kinda, not really, sort of, but, you know, it's kind of in between. I'm going to explain, give me a minute. Hi there, everyone. This here is a video that I typically don't make. Typically, my videos are more scripted and well thought out and, you know, not half-assing it half the time. But today, I really wanted to talk about something because it's been something that I have been kind of dreading the last couple of years. Not to mention, I'm also going to be going to Japan the weekend that this is shot, so I don't have time to make anything content related. New videos coming soon, trust me, but I'm panicking about the travels, but we'll get to that later. What I have here in my hand is a copy of Tales of Xillia on the PlayStation 3. Now this is one of, like, my favorite PS3 games of all time, but genuinely one of my favorite Tales of games of all time. It's definitely top 5 for sure. Might even be top 3 whenever I actually do plan on replaying it. I love this game a lot. Like, I truly love Tales of Xillia, and I would love to tell you that you can go out and play it on your own to see how great it is. Except, there's a problem with that. Tales of Xillia is only available on PS3. And there's even a bigger problem than that. It's now only available on physical hardware. Because, yeah, I don't know if you guys remember, but a couple of months ago, Namco Bandai decided to just unlist Tales of Xillia, Xillia 2, and I believe Hearts R on the PlayStation Network. I'll have to double check on Hearts R though. That sounds right, but I have a feeling I'm wrong. Oh, and also Grace's F, that's gone too. There was a recent leak that I had to re-record this video for, that there was an HD remaster shown for this game in particular. Not a collection, just this one solely, so looking forward to that. But yeah, the only way you were able to play Tales of Xillia before is on the actual PS3. Now you can't do that. So now you have to go out and find your own physical copy, or, better yet, emulate it. And that sucks. This is a copy of The Last Story. This is probably one of the coolest Wii RPGs out there. It's so unique in what it does, and Mistwalker Studios really had something here when they made this. Once again, this is now only available physically on the Wii. You can't even buy it on the Wii U anymore, which you were able to do via the eShop. That's gone now. So yep, you want to play this game? Better fork over 40 to 60 bucks for just this alone if you want to try it, or emulate it. In fact, I have another game on this desk right here, Lost Odyssey, another Mistwalker game, and it's also created by Hironobu Sakaguchi, much like The Last Story was. Now luckily, this game is available on Xbox Marketplace, and you're able to buy this digitally for around a few bucks whenever it's on sale. Highly recommend you do that. This game fucking slaps. What you can't do that with, however, is Eternal Sonata, one of my favorite games of all time. You can buy this on the Xbox 360 Marketplace when it's still around, which I think it's got a couple of days left now, actually, that I think about it. It might even be dead by the time this video is uploaded. So yep, can't buy this game anymore online. You'll have to find a physical copy for yourself. Now you could get it on PS3. I believe it's still available on the PlayStation 3 PSN store, but only exclusively on the PS3 PSN store. You can't buy that shit on PS4 because there's no backwards compatibility. And that sucks. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about with this video, because the JRPG genre is kind of just disappearing from the gaming landscape, at least like online-wise. Like, I can't even think of how many SNES or DS or Game Boy Advance or whatever console you really want to think about, like in the past couple of generations, are just not available online anymore. Like, the 3DS eShop is down, so you can't even buy games like Bravely Default, Bravely Second, Seven Dragoon, the fucking Dragon Quest 7 and 8. Those are gone now. There's also, like, many other games on the SNES, like Terranigma, or Lufia 2, or I don't know, like fucking RoboTrek. Like, you just can't get these anymore. You'll have to actually find your own copies out in the wild, or you just play them on this fancy little thing. And the Hi-Fi Rush footage is well chosen by me, I must say, because as you may know, recently, Tango Studios was closed down, which means I don't know what's going to happen to this game in the future. Like, this could just suddenly be gone for all we know in the next couple of years, and people won't be able to play one of the best action games I've ever played. And this doesn't even stem to just, like, the console generation of video games. Like, this can even stem to mobile games, too. Games like Final Fantasy Opera Omnia are just gone now, which is so sad, because that was one of the greatest things Square Enix actually did. I actually got a pretty good friend of mine who you're seeing on screen right now, and there will be an article linked down below to talk about this whole thing. They actually just archived all of Opera Omnia cutscenes and a whole bunch of other stuff just so that there could be a place to look them up so that people are just not wondering what this game had, because now it's vanished. It's a sad state of mobile games as a whole, because this has been happening with a lot of Square Enix IPs on the mobile market. Games like the Star Ocean mobile game, or the Near Reincarnation, and a whole bunch of other games that I'm probably forgetting about. Basically anything Persona 5 has touched. It's just kind of sad, because I hate losing this side of stuff. Like, I hate knowing that you just can't access it anymore. Like, that kind of sucks. And as for me, as a JRPG fan, this affects it quite greatly, because, let's be honest, the JRPG genre, while it's still growing in fans, and that fan base is just getting bigger and bigger, a lot of the games are still very niche. And at the very least, a lot of the games are really hard to come by. As an example, and this is probably one of my most prized possessions, this is a complete in-box copy of Xenosaga 3. This game goes for about 200 smackaroos Canadian, if not more, the last time I checked. You're lucky to find this game for like $2.50 at a flea market. I was very lucky to find this game alongside another, and I paid a very good $65 for it because the place was basically going out of business and had a giant sale. I copped out on that because I wasn't missing out on this. In fact, the whole trilogy for Xenosaga is stuck on PlayStation 2, and the only way you're going to play it is via emulation or going out and buying your own physical copies, which, again, are only going up in price. I think in total, if you wanted to buy the whole trilogy, it would cost you more than like $300 Canadian, which, like, I don't think is worth. It's why when you look online, you see a lot of these people tweeting and talking about how they wish like games like this had an HD remaster, because let's be honest, no one wants to pay $200 for Xenosaga 3. Hell, I didn't want to pay $65 for this game because I don't even know if I'd like it. I haven't yet to play it, but fuck, I own it. And there's so many other games too that I'm thinking about that I wish could have that same like HD remaster stuff. Like seeing Grandia 1 and 2 get it for Switch and on PC is incredible. But I kind of wish the other games in the series had that as well. Grandia Extreme especially, like that game is getting really hard to find. There are games on the GameCube like Skies of Arcadia that are just lost to time. I mean, yeah, okay, you could either buy the GameCube version or the Dreamcast version if you're a sicko, but both games are stuck on their respective consoles, so again, physical or emulation, there's no other option. And it kind of sucks because Skies of Arcadia is one of those games that like everyone just kind of talks about how good it is and how much they want it on modern platforms. But no, we got fucking Baten Kaitos for some reason. I mean, rad that that game got an HD remaster. Again, those games are getting really hard to come by. But like that one? There are other games too, like Path of Radiance again on the GameCube that go for like $400 that like realistically, no one is ever going to tell you to buy unless you're a real sicko. Apologies for that. I had to cut because my camera decides to stop filming after 10 minutes. Where was I? Oh yeah, expensive as fuck games. It's also really sad because like there have been even recent interviews like with Hironobu Sakaguchi who's talked about how like they don't really plan on bringing their older games to modern platforms because they just don't see a reason to. Which like I kind of get in a business sense, but like come on my dude, everyone deserves to play Blue Dragon. Like you need to hear Eternity in your life. It's great a game like Fantasian is finally coming over to actual hardware because you know being stuck on Apple Arcade was a fucking misfortune and a half. But it's kind of sad that he doesn't want to do that with his other games as well, which is weird because other games have been seen to do that. Look at Square Enix. The entire Kingdom Hearts like saga is now just available on Steam. Like that's actually I don't know if Melody of Memory is. I'll get back to you on that. But like the whole game, all the way up to Kingdom Hearts 3, the whole saga is now available on Steam, and you can just play it on your PC, on your Steam Deck, or whatever. It's fucking rad. Meanwhile, games like Lufia or Lunar, like the Lunar games have yet to get an HD port. What the fuck? Also, yeah, I'm aware that there is an iOS and Android port of Lunar, but I've yet to play that, and God knows if it's good. I am aware it exists though, so don't hate me on that. Even games like fucking I don't know Arc Tenelico like are gonna be dead to the rest of time. I mean, okay, you can kill Arc Tenelico 3. That game sucked. But, like, the first two are pretty good, and it's sad that we won't get any of them on modern consoles. Same with games like Atelier Iris, or Mana Khemia 1 and 2, or, like, any of the other fucking weird PS2 RPGs that are just lost to time. I mean, at least you can play Dark Cloud 2 on the PS5. Like, that's sick, I guess. But I don't know. There's a lot that are just kind of missing, and you just can't buy anymore, and that sucks. Like, I'm a huge Etrian Odyssey fan, which was great to see the HD collection come out, but that was only for the first 3 games. Etrian Odyssey 4 was like one of the favorite games I had on the 3DS. Hell, I fucking loved like what was it, Untold and Untold 2? I love those games. I would love to play those on my Switch or something. This all kind of got sparked because, if you guys don't know, Jeanne d'Arc, PSP's tactics game, recently got ported to PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. There's a fly on my fucking microphone. Ignore him. Which is incredibly great because I love Jeanne d'Arc. It's like one of my favorite PlayStation portable games ever. Like, it's probably one of my favorite tactics games of all time, to be honest. And it was stuck on that system for so long that I thought it would never escape, but here we are. It's great to see that companies are willing to kind of do this sort of thing every now and then, because, man, it kind of sucks just seeing some of your favorite games or some of your favorite franchises just being left in the dust because no one really wants to port it anymore because it costs money, and which I get, but it's also very sad. There's not a whole lot that I plan on doing with this video. A lot of this is just kind of me talking about how there are a lot of my favorite franchises and series out there that are just probably going to be forgotten to time and won't ever see the light of day, but there's hope. There's hope. Again, games like Jeanne d'Arc is coming out on a modern platform. That's great. Yeah, okay, it's just PSP emulation, but you can still buy it, which is good. Recent Capcom surveys have shown that Breath of Fire and Dino Crisis are games that people still love, which I get. I love Dino Crisis. I loved Breath of Fire 4. I haven't played 3 yet. I hear 3 is really good, and I do plan on playing it, but, you know, it's kind of sad that these franchises are things that people love, and they're just being ignored. I'm a Mega Man fan. I get it. I really hope that this kind of changes throughout the years because, man, it's gonna suck that this game is gonna cost $600 and some rando is gonna play Xenoblade Chronicles 1 through 3, think it's peak, and then want to go back and play the other games. I'm just now realizing you can't even play Xenogears on anything that's not a PlayStation 3 or a Vita or a PSP or physical. What the fuck? Wait a minute, now that I'm thinking about it, Final Fantasy Tactics doesn't have an HD version either. I hope they announce that soon, because that shit got leaked like 4 years ago, and I'm kind of hoping that comes out, because I love that game. I don't know. I don't really have a whole reason for this video. It's just talking about how I really want my JRPGs to live, and how I want other games to live as well. Like, there are a whole bunch of games on DS and PSP that no one's ever going to play. Like, okay, for example, hold on. I couldn't find it. I thought it was there, and it wasn't. But there's a game on PSP called Brave Frontier, or like Brave Story Frontier, whatever the fuck. Here's the box art. No one is ever going to play this game. I play this game. I own it physically because I'm a weirdo. I love this game. Can't play it no more. See ya. Oh my god, I just thought of games like fucking Hexus Sports that you can't even play anymore. The list keeps getting bigger and I hate it. I don't know. I don't have a moral to this video. Company, stop fucking around and put my favorite games on modern platforms or something because this kind of shit sucks. Like, come on, man. Let people play Hexus Force in peace. Let people hear Blue Dragon for the first time. I meant to say Eternity. I'm tired. I'm leaving in a couple of days and I'm freaking out. So I just kind of wanted to make this video and talk about something that I wholeheartedly love. And I want to thank everybody who does fan translations or, you know, ROM dumps and stuff like that. Because truly, without those kind of people, we wouldn't be able to play most of this stuff that is either way too expensive or just difficult to find. Or even not even released here in North America. And I hope that that continues to grow, and I hope that more people start to vocalize their, like, thoughts on this, because the more and more people talk about this, the more and more that this kind of stuff can become a reality. There is a chance that we get an HD port of this, but we gotta let them know that we want it, which we already have been doing. And games like Chronicles X that is only on Wii U will hopefully get a home on the next Switch console or whatever it may be. But let me know, games down below, you know, let me get, I don't know how to do this YouTube thing anymore, but let me know about any games that you guys had this happen to you, and, you know, I want to get the conversation going, talk about games that you can't play anymore or buy anymore, or talk about games that shut down or that were just not available in your country. This is the kind of shit that I want to hear about because it's important, and I want more people to talk about this, because if this has happened to my favorite games, man, it's happening to yours too, and that kind of sucks. I don't really have, like, a way to end this video. I read WaddupNico and it fucking hurt my life.